Say hi to the camera, Zephyr. Oh yeah, he's gonna crawl right over the camera, actually, if I let him. It's just a closer look at my baby boa. You can see he's actually he's really friendly, he's very tame. And he's in his dark phase right now. So a lot of his color, all those speckles are really kind of popping. You can see there on his side. Oh, I'm trying to climb up my hand. Buddy, I know you really like the camera. Oh, you want to give me a kiss? Anywho, so a lot of his color right now, because he's in the dark phase, is just really, really jumping out and popping. All that speckling, the light colored speckling, like the white, especially, is very hard to see when he's in his light phase. And he's actually not nearly had this much black on him either when he's in his light phase. In the unpacking video when I got him, he was in his light phase, so I thought I'd do the video tonight with him in the dark phase. Get a good look at some of the speckling. My camera will go. There's the tail. He has had one shed too since I got him, which is about a month ago. You can see all the speckling start to pop. A lot of this black, like really dark black color on him during his light phase is actually gray. And then the ones along the sides, it's like a charcoal right now that don't really come out very well. Like right there towards in between the two dots. It's kind of a bluey, charcoaly, greeny shade there. That's actually like a sky blue color. When he's in his light phase, look at him trying to just kiss the camera. So he's very friendly, he's very curious. He's not head shy. He really doesn't care when you go to get him out. When you first go to grab him or put him down, he'll freak out a little bit because boas, especially when they're very young like this, you can see how he's wrapped around my tail. He's got his tail, sorry, wrapped around my hand. Boas, especially when very young like this, in the wild, having their tail, a good grip around something with their tail in the wild could mean life or death for these animals. So they have a very strong, innate sense to always hold on, and they hold on with like a freaking death grip. Like, unlike anything that I have ever felt. My freaking tree snake doesn't even hold on like this, but then again, he's a colubrid. So, when you first go to pick him up or put him down, he'll freak out because you got to get that quick transfer of his tail wrapped around something before he'll calm down. But once he's got his tail on something, he's nice and calm. You can see his belly here is actually speckled and it's got a little bit of an orange wash coming in. Don't know how much the orange wash is going to show up on my camera though. We got a bit of an orange wash going on since his last shed. Oh, he's gonna show you more of his tummy. Oh, it's because he wants to back up and crawl on the camera. Boy, I said you can't climb on the camera. Oh, I know. Where's the color here? My camera will... The camera's not gonna focus on that. I'm sorry, my camera is really weird. You gotta get like the right distance and the right lighting, or it doesn't focus. Little tongue going. He's totally in explore mode. So this is Zephyr, as you heard in the beginning of the video. It's his name. I spell it with an X. Actually, let him go on my hand right now. Maybe we can get a good look at the tail. all this color. Now all this speckling is not common for a hypo boa, which is what he is. He is a hypo boa, which is why he's not so dark brown. And actually at this age, a normal boa would be off a gray, and then they fade out to brown. But all this speckling on him is not common for a hypo boa. It is common for a hypo boa to have some of these black like ink spots on them, or even sometimes like the dark gray. But all this pale speckles along the side is not common. And there's this like greeny one I was talking about earlier. All this white color is not normal. It's not common for your hypo. He is actually a paradox, which is why he's got all these different speckles of color all over him, and he looks really cool, and he's just freaking awesome looking, and he's really tame. I mean, he's not the biggest fan of it, but he'll let me pet his head, as you can see. Yeah. Are you gonna come hi, say hi to the camera anymore? So he's a paradox. You can see he's got a lot of the orange is actually coming in a bit on the video. It's really faded out. It's a lot deeper, a lot more of a very gorgeous like fire coral color in person. You can definitely see some of that pinky orange on the side. That's very common for a lipstick line boa, which he is from the lipstick line. For you who don't know, lipstick line boas, it's a selectively bred line. I forget who started it, but they're selectively bred to have a greater amount of red pigment in them, which means the saddles, the tail, tend to be a deeper red, and stay a deeper red into adulthood versus fading out as much as a normal would do, or a non-lipstick. And they tend to have a greater amount of this pinky or coral color in the sides, which again also more of that which they retain into adulthood. So he's just gorgeous, and he's very friendly. Just see the colors on this guy. Look at that tongue going. He's got the goatee and the mustache going on there. See his little tongue going. He's I know the camera's not going to show it. His tongue is actually dark gray, but it has a little bit of pink marbled in towards the very, very back of it. But he is gorgeous, and I'm very lucky and very, very happy to have him. It's very satisfying to finally have a boa. I never thought I'd be able to own a boa, because I thought all boas got to be over 12 feet long, until somebody basically helped me realize that the red-tailed boas that I'm thinking of from my childhood, not every boa out there, even though it's labeled as a red-tailed boa, is actually a true red-tailed boa like I was thinking of. So he is, my boy here, he is not a Suriname BCC, boa constrictor red tail. He is a BCI, boa constrictor imperator, which is the common boa, and they actually stay smaller than a true red tail. And I was only interested in getting a male because the males stay significantly smaller and skinnier than females. And since I have 4 snakes in an apartment, I don't quite, I mean, I could definitely fit the standard 4 foot by 2 foot cage. I could actually put a stack of about 4 to 5 of them at the foot of my bed. But some females even outgrow that, in all honesty. Because a 4 foot by 2 foot's only good to 8 feet. And even then it's a little cramped, so. And some females have been known to grow to 10, 12 feet, depending on genetics. This boy's parents actually were both really small. His mother was a 10-year-old Hypo, who was 7.5 feet, somewhere around there, seven some feet. And his father was an 8-year-old Sunglow that was 5.5 feet. And the breeder said all the males that he has ever kept from anything that he has ever produced, none of his males have even reached 7 feet. So he told me to expect, well, he didn't tell me, I really looked into the genetics. I wanted to make sure I wasn't getting a BCI that had been crossed to a true red tail to make them bigger, because there's people breeding them like that to make them bigger. So he's 100% pure BCC. And Paradox, this color is just freaking insane, and I know my camera is not showing this at all. I just figured while I had him out in the dark phase, I'd take a video because it really makes this color pop a lot more than when he's in the light phase. But when he's in his light phase, like I said, a lot of this color is a lot more pastel, and his tail is like more of an orange, like a dark orange color. So he's got a lot of really neat shades going on, and my camera are so not picking up. He is just freaking bursting with color and phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, folks. Say bye, Zephyr. Say bye, Zeph. Say we're gonna go eat some food. You want some food, right? Yeah, you want some food. See ya, YouTube.